Rates continue to fall. Is this the best time in the last 6 months to buy? We have several articles today on Real Estate Daily, including what does CAR, California Association of Realtors, predict for 2023? And then some more inflation news. Not so good, but there's a lot of good happening in the housing market right now. Welcome everybody to Real Estate Daily. My name is Troy, and every day we go over the latest news in housing, real estate, and the mortgage markets. Now, before we jump in, hit that subscribe button. Boom, boom, boom. We've seen some crazy times out in the world right now. Crypto is going through its volcano explosion because of Sam Bankman-Fried. So banks are now becoming more and more adopting crypto and embracing it as they might take over. But how will that affect a lot of what's going on? Well, I might go over that this week, but before we do that, what is really affecting rates? It's the Fed. Let's jump right into it. Here is last Friday, close of last Friday. Wow, did we see a drop? Now, I told you last Friday that if you were going out and looking for a home, this was the most optimal weekend to go look for that home. Why? Because rates had dropped on Thursday. And again, look at these huge drops on Friday. 30-year conforming conventional went down 36 basis points. 30-year jumbos went down 30 basis points. 30-year FHA went down 22. I told you before the end of the year, they'd be hitting 6.5. Now we will, or before the end of the month, I should say, because we're going to see the Fed meet again, and I think they're going to go up about 50 to 75 basis points on the first week when they meet. But until then, the optimism is in, at least right now in the housing market. Now, in the crypto and the stock market, I think we're going to see a lot of pessimism come out. They have their own little, their explosion. But I think that takes the spotlight off of the housing market, and this will continue to see a drop. Next article. California Association of Realtors, their housing market report. I'm going to go slide right back down and kind of go over this. And I'll just read off of this. It says, CAR in its 2023 California Housing Market Forecast Report predicts a 7.2% drop in existing family home sales in 2023. Now, we'll stop right there at that sentence. What's important to know is, if it drops like it dropped this year, was it dropping because no one's buying a home, or did we just not see the inventory hit the market? Now, after all the FUD and crap that you had to deal with from the media, we realized that we were down as much on home sales as we were down on inventory. So it really didn't make a big difference. That's why we're not seeing huge drops in home values. Next line. It will fail to reach 333,450 homes sold units down from their projected sales volume of 359 this year, which is predicted at 19.2% less than the 444,250. So basically, year over year, 2021 to 2022 to 2023, we're looking at it continue declining. Well, of course, because we're in a recession, guys. Let's wake up. We should see less. And with it being in a recession and people are more scared because their inflation is going through the roof, they can't spend on crazy things. They don't have a whole lot of extra money in their bank accounts every month. So what do? They hodl down. They hold down the fort. They're not going to move. They're going to spend less in gas. They start trimming the fat out of their budget. And that's what's happening here. We're going to see less homes sold next year than we sold this year. And this year is going to be less than 2021. It's just obvious. I don't know why this is something that they're making a big deal out of. Let's go look at existing homes for sale, and also let's go look at homes that hit the market. Those are where the real news is at. Not the news is that, we're selling less homes. Well, if there's one home on the market next year and we sell none, is the world falling apart? Of course not. This is just sensationalism that's going on. Please give us the real numbers out here, because that's what I want to see. Next article. Now this is, again, if I want to go look at this, it is a CNBC article. It says first-time buyer focused home builders are best positioned when the mortgage rates fall. Guys, I mean, Mr. Obvious, Jesus, how stupid are you? When rates fall, do you think people buy more homes? This is dumb. I have a focus here, and I've said this many, many times. People buy new homes because they want something new, but in reality, you're paying a lot more for a new home than you would a existing home. Number one, not only are you paying higher, typically more money for that home, but number two, the tax rates are higher on those homes because they have Melrose or they have special assessments. And number three, most of them have HOAs. So you're just compounding this on top of each other. And that's one of the reasons why the new home builders are struggling. It's all about profit and loss. They cost so much more. In the state of California, you have to also get solar. It's required. And now they're charging for lot premiums. Oh, if it's elevated, I can see over the house next to me. Well, then I pay an extra $10,000 to $20,000 on it. There's so much going on with these new home builders. I say, if you're out there and you're looking for a home, go look at a resale home. Those homes have been broken in a little bit. You can see what's happening with them. Get a home inspection report. You don't know if the community was built on crap. The community's been around for 10, 20, 30 years. You know what's happening in those neighborhoods. This is important. Why do I continue to say this? Well, because guess what home builders are doing right now? Ding, 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 ding. You guessed it. They're selling to investors. And when they sell to investors, it hurts the neighborhood because they're going to put renters in your neighborhood, and they can't afford, or they lose their job at Amazon. 10,000 jobs gone today. Facebook or Meta, 11,000 jobs on Friday. What do? They don't water their front lawn. So when they don't water their front lawn, what happens? It dies and hurts the neighborhood. Then they start going, oh, well, I need to make sure I can make my rent. So what do? Let me go rent a room out. So now you have another person renting in that neighborhood. And it brings down the neighborhood. This is really important to know. I know when I go out with new home buyers or first-time home buyers, I go over neighborhood conditions that they can identify that there's not that many renters in the neighborhood. We'll go over that on another show, but that is very, very important. Next article and last article, inflation expectations rebounded in October on record high jump in gas outlook. New York Fed survey shows. Well, we all know that what happened going up to the elections, that our El Presidente came up and he used the reserves, all the rest of the reserves that we had, strategic oil reserves, to get the price down. And now I think we're pretty much out. I've seen already some oil prices or gas prices in my area go up. Well, let's go over what oil is used for. Well, it's also used for food. It's used for fertilizer. It's used, petroleum is. There's the use case is huge. With that being said, I am really hoping that with energy, consumption going up significantly in the first quarter or in winter, that we don't see what's happening currently in Europe, where gas prices are now soaring straight up again. And where we're buying gas from, the Saudis, has really limited the amount of barrels that they're producing on a daily basis to keep the price up. We're going to figure this out real quick in the next 45 to 60 days by the end of the year, whether we are in a really bad inflation situation, which would really hurt the market. Right now, everyone seems to be optimistic. I'm really excited about home prices are stabilizing, as well as we're seeing a drop in interest rates. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us today. I know that I've kind of gone over a lot of different things, but I'm telling you now, if you're out there looking for a home and you're looking to buy, this has been the best time in the last 6 months to do it. We have home sellers kind of figuring it out, having to lower their prices. They weren't lowering their prices 6 months ago because they kept seeing an up market. And you're seeing interest rates go down, which can give you the advantage of getting a lower interest rate, as well as getting a home well priced than it was going up in the past. Guys, you take care, and I will see you tomorrow.